Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. Also, I'm at the St. Joe River today. We're up camping, and my air conditioner is no longer working in this truck very well. It's random on how it works. So I'm hoping I can change this part and get it to work right. We'll see. We'll be able to test it on the way home because it's supposed to be in the 90s on our way home. And since I am by a river, you're probably going to hear some river noises and background wind noises and all kinds of stuff. But when we start out, you got to remove this right here. Now I have a video on removing all this already actually, so you will have to remove this part, fortunately and unfortunately. Mine's not in great shape right now, and I'm trying to find another one, and it's difficult to find. But regardless, yet again, also my switch, in case anybody's wondering, my switch here has been working great. But I will say, my old truck key is now working with this. I don't know if it's because I used it too many times trying to start it, just because I didn't think about it, or if this is working with any GM switch. We'll have to find out. I'm definitely going to be putting a safety shutoff on this thing in that case, because I'm not going to deal with trying to replace it probably. We'll see down the line as well. So if you bought that switch that I told you about, you might want to go check that out. Make sure it's not faulty like mine is. Next, the safety harness thing is all working. I haven't had any problems with it not starting since I've done this, not one single time. So far that seems to be what happened. Next, I'm going to shove this stuff down in here, pull that out right there, and then we're going to start pulling stuff off. Now you're going to have some wires and stuff over here and maybe some stuff over here. I'm not positive on that one. But at first, I'm just going to kind of start, actually probably in the corner here, and pull out. This has been pulled off enough that it doesn't really take a whole lot to get it to come out. But I'm not going to pull all this out right here too much. Just kind of loosen it up, because I really only need to get into this here, which isn't even mounted. Alright, I don't know if there's supposed to be screws on that or not, but regardless, that came loose. Now the other thing I am going to do is, speaking of my switch, I'm going to put on my e-brake here. And pull that all the way down. That makes it so I can't get my key out, but it also makes it so I can pull this further forward. So now we got our fog lamp thing here. That has a push down or pull up. There we go. Switch on it back here. That'll make it so I can just kind of take this hopefully and move it more out of my way a little bit here. I'm just going to set it up there and move that out of my way. Now we can get to this right here, which in my case just pulls straight out with no hardware whatsoever. And then it's a matter of unplugging these. And now that we're in here, it's a matter of figuring out how we unplug some of this stuff. This has goobers on it. Looks like it'll just unplug, but without doing anything to me, but who knows. Yep, that just unplugged. So I don't know if this was broke before and then somebody put, I don't know, rubber gasket material is what it looks like. This one here appears like I can probably get my screwdriver underneath it and pull this up and pop it out. which it did. Then we got these two back here, which I don't know. Oh, down underneath here, there's a place to push and pull, I'm assuming. Yep, right there. So that part was fairly simple. Now, I'm not sure, we need to look and see if I need to change out the light bulbs on this thing, or if it comes with that kind of stuff. Here it is right here. Hopefully you can see all that. Comes in the box. It is this one, yet again, from Amazon. Now, I will say, it doesn't, this is exactly the same thing that's in my kid's 97 Chevy Astro van, and every other GMC slash Chevy that I've seen seems to have this one, or there's another one that's a little bit different, but it's one of the two kind of thing, but they look very similar. So you got to make sure when you're ordering it that all your faces look identical. I'll put a price in the screen for it already, like I said, and you know, they're not cheap, but they're inexpensive. They look basically the same. I don't know if the other one looked this white before, if it's always been yellow. But the problem is somewhere in here, this stuff starts messing up, and it doesn't allow the air conditioning to work from what I've seen. So we're hoping anyway that this will do the trick. Alright, so it really is a super simple process here. Whether or not it'll work for me, we'll see as we're driving down the road. I could try turning the air conditioning on right now, and if it works, it works. But the problem is that it randomly works regardless anyway. And oh, I'm too far over. There we go. Oh, and that actually snapped into something over there, but it's not snapping. There we go. It snapped into something over here too. So I think somebody's pulled this out of here before, and there's a couple of clips right here and another one that's supposed to be right here that somebody's glued on yet again, and then they put like gasket maker and tried to glue it on. So somebody's gotten into this before and messed it up. I'm going to keep this and see if I can see where a problem might be, so that may be a video down the line. At the very least, we'll pull it apart and do a scrapping video on it. But that was super simple to do. Alright, well, unfortunately it's the next day and the air conditioner is not working. It worked great last night when I didn't need it. As soon as we need it today, it quit working. And I did notice last night the pump was kicking on, and now it's not. So I don't know if maybe getting it working, it's been sitting so long and it froze up the pump or what. The belt's turning fine, so it's like the clutch isn't kicking in. So I don't know if maybe it's low on Freon, something else is wrong. Anyhow, if you need to do that fix, it might work for you, it might not, obviously. And otherwise, if you just have a bad switch, now you know how to change it out. Well, for kicks and giggles, I went ahead and lubed this thing up, and now, as you can see, it's working. So I would say my compressor and my pump is probably starting to go, or it's just being very random. I don't know. And if it was low on the Freon, it wouldn't be working. So I would say I probably have a pump that is on its way out or already out, and I just lubed it up enough to get it going again. Down the line, we'll see. I might be doing a pump on this thing at some point when when I have the time to tear things apart. But right now I don't, and right now it seems to be sort of working, so maybe I'll keep some lube with me until it doesn't work. Hopefully it always fails in the point where it'll at least turn even if the clutch doesn't want to kick in. Alright, thanks for watching Junkworks Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and obviously master of none. You all have a good one.